Electronic mail, or email, is one of the most popular uses of the Internet. The protocol used to transmit mail is called SMTP, Simple Mail Transfer Protocol. Engineers, researchers, farmers, parents, university staff, medical professionals, students, and individuals from all over the world use email. They trade files from servers, discuss topics of mutual interest, and work together on problems. An email message will often have traversed many networks and several networked hosts on its way to your electronic mailbox. Just like regular postal mail, or snail mail. Following the header information, the text of the email message will appear. Electronic mail creates a more relaxing kind of interaction than the postal letter, and in some ways can be similar to speaking on the telephone. Still, there are certain rules of etiquette and practical rules of transferring data between different kinds of computers that have evolved out of the email culture. Here are a few to consider. Address the letter with the name of the person you are writing instead of their email ID. This makes the message more personal. When sending a letter to a large group of individuals, for example, a news group, simply begin the text. Create a line length of approximately 70 characters. Many computers that receive a message may not be able to format a line that runs to the end of the screen. When the message is sent, it could possibly reconfigure to an unformatted mess. Break up your paragraphs with a space in between. A solid text is very hard to read. Use upper and lowercase letters. When you use only uppercase, it looks like you're screaming and is also very difficult to read. And last, don't include any control or tab keys in your text. Though the keys may function properly while you edit or write the text, the remote host may reconfigure the document, and again, the receiver of the letter will have an unreadable mess on their hands. Because our facial and body language is non-existent in email, the email community came up with the smiley. These are sometimes placed into the body of a message when written text does not communicate an emotion. Just tilt your head to the left, and you can see the character's expression. End the letter with your name. Though your name is in the header of the message, this gives the message a personal quality. Many software programs have a feature to create a file that contains your signature, or SIG. This is added automatically to every outgoing message. Email is text-based and not interactive. Email waits in your electronic mailbox until you wish to read it. Every electronic mail message follows a set pattern of lines or fields. The informational lines in a mail message are called a header. Some lines occur in each message, others are optional. It all depends on what software the client and server use. The first line is a general from line, giving the email address of the original sender and the time her computer first transmitted the message. Received occurs each time a message passes through a host computer on its way to the recipient. The computer inserts the time and date, the computer's network name, and the name of the host from which it received the message. The first receiving computer usually gives the user address after the word for, the date the sender sent off the message, a message ID, which is a unique identification inserted by the sender's computer. If the recipient simply replies to the message without changing anything, the reply will go to the place named in the Reply To field. From the email address of the sender to the email address of the message's recipient. Also, send a copy of the message to any email addresses on the carbon copy line, the subject of the message entered by the sender, and the field starting with X tells information about the mail handler or program of the sender. Many people receive and respond to a great deal of mail every day. When responding to a letter, it is possible that the sender forgot the contents of the letter they sent. In this particular program, the sender's sentence is prefaced by an indent, and the responder's is plain. This is normally an automatic quality of the email interface. Your email software will have an edit mode, which copies parts of the sender's letter and gives you the opportunity to respond to certain points directly below their sentence. It is considered polite, plus saves on online storage and transport space, if you only include short excerpts of the other person's letter. Overall, the email's software characteristics separate the text, enable the receiver to read the text faster, refreshes the memory of the reader, and enables the interaction to be more conversational. A personal email address consists of two parts, a username, also called the login name or account name, and a host address. This usually appears as username at host.domain.organization type. Other variations on the email address structure exist. For example, when the user is on a host of a popular network called BitNet, the address will often have the form username at host@gateway. A gateway to a non-internet network figures out and translates the address and message text from one computer language to TCP/IP or vice versa. Another special type of email exchange is a central email exploder, which could be a list of people on a local network or some faraway discussion group that keeps a mailing list of electronic addresses. This enables you to send one message to 100 people, instead of sending the same message 100 times. Hundreds of thousands of exploders or electronic mailing lists exist.